Okay, we're going to call to order the Watseka City Council meeting on Tuesday, November 26, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. Please call the roll.
Anderson.
Here.
Mensch.
Here.
Cahill.
Here.
Rolfs. Marcier.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Delar.
Here.
Baragry.
Here.
7 present.
Okay, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 4, need to approve City Council regular meeting minutes of October 22nd and November 12th. Need a motion and a second.
So move. Second.
Roll call when you're ready.
Delar.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Marcier.
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
Baragry.
Aye.
Mensch.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 5 is public comment. I'm seeing some of the folks here. If you'd state your name for the record.
Hi, I am Pat Warren from Watseka Community Renewal, WCR, with just an update for you. The Santa House was delivered and installed today. Tomorrow, Randy will be doing wiring, and Helen Gerber and members of WCR will be doing the decorating, so it will be ready for Friday's Winterfest. Thank you very much to the council for partnering with us. We very much appreciate it. So, updates for you. We have filed our 501c3 application with the government. That was done on November 14th. We are waiting for their approval and response. In the meantime, we are operating under the Community Foundation Kankakee River Valley 501c3. They are custodian for all monies and donations that we receive and any bills that we have to pay. We have connected with a couple of organizations who are willing to help us. Number one is Anita Whirling of the Delphi Opera House in Delphi, Indiana. She is the former mayor and also the individual who spearheaded that restoration and renovation project. John Donahue and I, also connected with John and Kim Groves of Paxton. The Grove family is the family who has worked with the mayor and the city council to do an incredible restoration of their downtown. Right now, I believe they have 3 or 4 buildings completed, another one in progress, and another one that is not started. Both of these organizations are willing to help us in any way they can to make our Opera House project a success. These are their words. Also, John Donahue and I attended the Community Foundation Kankakee River Valley event with their major donors, and we have met with a number of them, and they have advised us that we wait until we get our own 501c3 to approach them. But they have also said that they are fully behind us and will help us in any way they can. We have also joined the Watseka Area Chamber of Commerce. It is still November, and WCR is still the business of the month. We also have 3 grant applications heavily in progress, due for submission mid-December. And we have a pro bono grant writer working with us. Our website will be going live soon, more than likely next week. We also have a fundraiser planned for January 11, afternoon and evening at Roth House. So you can see we are taking this venture very seriously and working diligently. As you know, Kyle Eliakis, architect from the Carlisle Group, and Quentin Reagan, structural engineer, came to the Opera House on November 14th, and he met with Eric Brandt, Benny Marcier, and Don Miller. John Donahue of WCR was also there. Kyle had called him ahead to let him know that they would be there that day. John described our planned multi-use facility on the first floor and the performance venue on the second floor, and asked if our plans were doable. The answer was yes. Quentin also said to reinforce the floors and some walls should be no problem. He stated the structure is sound, but the leaking roof needs to be addressed soon. He suggested a temporary cover to get us through the winter and into the spring when the roof could be replaced. John asked Kyle to get back with him regarding an estimated capacity for the second floor performance space. Kyle came back with an email and said the number would be 940 people, but was thinking events, large events such as weddings, etc., with tables and chairs. John let him know that that was not necessarily our plan for the space. Our plan is a performance venue, especially to have raked seating, which is seating that is positioned on an upward slope along the sides and the rear of the performance space. Kyle came back with an estimate of 500 to 600 people, figuring in, which he had not thought about before, stage, backstage, wings, elevator, bathrooms, exits, etc. This is good news for us. Concert goers would not necessarily have to be looking at a video screen. So, to conclude my update for you, we just want to say that we feel it is urgent to get a temporary cover for the roof so that no more damage can occur. We would like to then start cleaning out the building and bringing it back to life. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Looks like no other public comment. Okay, so we're going to go to ordinances, resolutions, agreements, and proclamations. One note, please take off the last one, Resolution 2024-5, and this is for the South Study area. That one is, we're taking off primarily because that was an accident. That's the old tip 3,
My fault, miscommunication. I'll do the correct one
and that's fine.
in December.
So we have the other 4 to look at, so anybody want to take anything off? Hearing nothing? Then we need a motion to set the consent agenda
So move.
and a second.
Second.
Okay, we now need a motion to approve.
You gotta call
Oh,
the
roll call, sorry.
Mensch,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Marcier,
Aye.
Cahill,
Aye.
Delar,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Faragher,
Aye.
motion carried.
Okay, going quick. Okay, now we need a motion to approve the consent agenda in a second.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Cahill,
Aye.
Delar,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Faragher,
Aye.
Marcier,
Aye.
Mensch,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
roll call carried.
Okay, move into committee reports, finance, legal, and audit. Benny, it looks like you have some.
Okay, we have pretty big claims this month. I did some quick research on why. The total amount's $1,338,290.90. Some of the unusual claims this month were Iroquois Federal. There's a road bond for $174,320. We have a 2018 bond that we had to pay for, $356,000. It's an annual. Liability insurance, annual payment was due, $163,000. We also had a couple donations, one to IMH and one for the Family Festival. And then the other thing, the last thing that I saw was unusual was the second ambulance plus its equipment for the Watsika Fire Department.
Okay,
Those
with
were-
that, we need a,
Unusual. So I make a motion that we approve the claims.
Second.
and
Roll
we need a
call.
roll call, please.
Delar,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Cahill,
Aye.
Marcier,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Baragry,
Aye.
Mensch.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Accept and place on file the October Treasurers Report. Any comments or questions about it? I hear none. I make a motion to accept the Treasurers Report for October.
And roll call, please.
Baragry,
Aye.
Cahoe,
Aye.
Delar,
Aye.
Mensch,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Marcier,
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
Motion carried.
TIF 3 reimbursement to Heritage Woods. I think this is the final.
It is.
$51,303.19. I'll make a motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Anderson,
Aye.
Cahoe,
Aye.
Marcier,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Delar,
Aye.
Baragry,
Aye.
Mensch.
Aye.
Next is the employee Christmas gift cards from Burcott's. Last year, I believe we did, initially started with $75. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, last year was $75, and we made a motion to amend that to $100. I would like to do the same thing again this year.
Okay.
At least keep it the same for the employees as what they had in the past.
Okay. So we have a motion for Christmas gift cards for $100 from Burcott's for our employees.
Second.
Roll call.
Marcier,
Aye.
Baragry,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Mensch,
Aye.
Cahoe,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Delar.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And we talked about this reason for transferring money out of TIF 3 and 4 into water and sewer for the John Deere inloader because of the way it has to be paid. We're transferring $36,303 from TIF 3 into water and sewer. Do all these have to be separate, Joe, or can we do them all three?
Well, I would do them, you got them separate on your agenda, and they're from
Okay.
different funds, so I would do them all. I mean, I know you're gonna, one is probably gonna do the other one, but
Right. Okay, I'll make a motion for, from TIF 3 into water and sewer.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Anderson,
Yeah, I made
Aye.
the motion.
Mensch,
Aye.
Cahoe,
Aye.
Marcier,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Delar,
Aye.
Baragry.
Aye.
Motion
Transfer
passed.
transfer $36,303 from TIF 4 into water and sewer. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Delar,
Aye.
Cahoe,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Marcier,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Baragry,
Aye.
Mensch.
Aye.
Roll call carried.
The last thing, transfer $36,303 from the capital equipment line 1-10-1045 into water 30-50-9000. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mensch,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Marcier,
Aye.
Cahoe,
Aye.
Delar,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Baragry.
Aye.
Motion carried.
That is it for finance, legal, and audit.
Okay, Public Works, Water and Wastewater, Dennis.
I have two things coming out of that. First one is the purchase of variable frequency drive for well number 9 and 10 at a cost of $21,000 each for a total of $42,000. I'll make the motion to do so.
42-4.
42.4. Yeah.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Cahoe,
Aye.
Delar,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Baragry,
Aye.
Marcier,
Aye.
Mensch,
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And the second is for the labor on-call stipend of $35 per pay period. I'll make that motion to do
Second.
so.
Roll call, unless there's discussion. Roll call, please.
Delar,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Cahoe,
Aye.
Marcier,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Baragry,
Aye.
Mensch.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, moving on to Public Safety.
First things, promote Sergeant Mark Harris to lieutenant effective December 1st, 2024.
Go ahead.
I was told that wasn't going to occur tonight, so we don't have families here, we're not prepared. So I don't know what you want to do about that, because their families, I mean, Mark just happened to stop by because he was at our commission building. And Derek obviously is not here.
Let's move it to next month then.
Well, or we can,
Let's do it to December.
Say, can we just go ahead and make the promotion now
that's what
and
I'm
do a
thinking too,
ceremony
and
thing
then
at the next meeting?
public safety, then we'll have his family here.
And swear at 'em next.
Is that fair?
Swear at.
Swear at 'em.
So Tuesday then, at 6:30
Yeah, because we pushed everything up, yeah,
for swearing in.
for swearing in.
That way you can start paying now.
You make a note of that? Thank you.
Gotcha.
And do we have a motion and a second?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Discussion?
No, these-
Okay. Roll call, please.
Faraghree.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Delar.
Aye.
Mensch.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Marcier.
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Next thing is promote Patrol Officer Derek Smith to Sergeant effective December 1st, 2024, and I assume we're gonna do the same thing.
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Anderson.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Marcier.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Delar.
Aye.
Faraghree.
Aye.
Mensch.
Aye.
Motion carried.
The final thing is purchase a drone from UVT for $18,007.98 and a generator payable from the local Cure grant, and I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Marcier.
Aye.
Faraghree.
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
Mensch.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Delar.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, looks like we're on the code, Don.
Okay, first thing on there is facade grant to TNS Development for $2,860, and I'll make that motion.
Which address is this for?
That is for the old Travel Discoveries building downtown, where they painted it white and black with the bay windows up on top.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
I'll second.
Anderson.
Aye.
Mensch.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Marcier.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Delar.
Aye.
Faraghree.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Second one on the list is 1213 and 1215 Sugar Creek Court to clean up the property and start demolition process. And that is just west of the Route 24 bridge.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Delar.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Marcier.
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
Faraghree.
Aye.
Mensch.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And the third one is to reimburse the Community Renewal Group for $2,919 for the new Santa house, and that'll be payable from the promotion line item. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Roll call,
Call.
please.
Mensch.
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
Marcier.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Delar.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Faraghree.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, Liquor Committee had a meeting, and we decided to kick this up to this part of the council. So in regards to the Cluck Bucket, they are asking for, but they have to do the paperwork, but they're for the mixed liquor license. This is on premise. And with that, they would then pursue gaming. This is part of their reevaluation process. I think everybody's seen a sign somewhere, whether it be social media or going out there. And again, this is just part of their process, so I'm going to back out of this and let you have your kind of discussion and conversations, if any.
Okay, I read over the minutes, and I have to agree with Alderman Marcier that I think we really have enough gaming machines in town. So I would have to vote no for it.
I absolutely agree. We have way too many gaming machines, and I don't think we should be dealing with anything right now until they're back and fiscally sound, at which time they can come back again and ask the same question. Because right now, if we even make an effort to move forward, which we don't have a license available, we actually have somebody that asked for one, but we don't need to have just a rogue license out there available.
Okay.
We have enough. So if
Yeah,
they get their feet back on the ground again, they can come and apply again at a different time. But for right now, absolutely no.
Any other thoughts?
I agree with the consensus here. I don't believe that we should move forward with this.
Okay. So with that, we don't make motions to not do anything, so that will be tabled. Okay, miscellaneous business. Discussion of the 3 empty lots downtown and the process to sell them. So this was brought up. I got a little bit anxious and ahead of the game, and it got listed, and have admitted to that mistake. So, Scott, I believe this was part of your conversation, so I will let you take it away if you so wish.
I just don't know how, as a government entity, what process do we need to go through? I think I'll have to defer this to legal. Are we required to submit for what would be bids on securing what would be a realtor? I mean, I think this is uncharted territory.
Well, you've sold property in the past. All you need to do is, well, you could do it one of two ways. So one is you pass an ordinance declaring it surplus, and in the ordinance, you can direct Lauren to sell it. You can direct me to sell it. You can get a realtor, direct a realtor to sell it for the highest price that they can do, or whatever the case may be, and it comes back as a contract to you guys, which you approve the contract.
Right.
The
I
other
just
way,
know by ordinance, we're not allowed to enter into any written contract without full approval of the council.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this would be a contract. You have to enter into a contract for a real estate sale with a realtor. So.
I mean, this generally speaking, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know, I mean, if we wanted to, I think for the best exposure, we need to list this with a real estate agent as opposed to trying to do a buy-owner type of a sale, because they have the ability to put it on listing sites and everything that, without being a licensed realtor, you don't have access to.
Yeah, it's up to you. I
So
mean,
how would we legally go about securing the services of a realtor? Do we have to put that, what would be potentially out for bid?
no, you can pick whoever you want to.
Okay.
You can just do it in the ordinance. I mean, if you want me to put an ordinance up at the next meeting, declaring it surplus and approving the engagement of such and such to sell the property. You don't have to put a realtor out for bid. It's professional service, so that's not.
But still, before we enter in a contract, we have to have full approval from the council to enter into a contract,
Yeah, you need you need an ordinance to sell property anyway. so-
regardless. Okay,
regardless,
right.
yeah.
So we know, not only do we need the ordinance, but we also need to have the approval of the council to enter into the contract if we go through a realtor. So, okay.
Joe, I assume we'd list that as for sale to the highest bidder, and we can reject any of the bids if we wanted to?
However you want to do it, yep.
Okay, in case the highest one didn't come in where we wanted, we could try again?
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to you don't have to restrict it to a bidding process, right? So, I mean, the other way to do it is you get it appraised, and then you say, hey, everybody enter their bids on this date. You can pick the highest one, you can pick the lowest one, as long as it's 80% of what you got it appraised at, it's gonna be legal. But, you guys are home rule too, so you can pretty much do however you wanna do. The one process that I told you, the first one is the easiest, and that is, hey, listen, you approve the ordinance, to sell it. Once you get somebody that wants to buy it, you bring the contract back before the council, it gets signed, and you close. But you can hire an agent to do that too.
Thank you.
Okay, good on the discussion then?
So just if you want me to do it talk about it at committee, what you guys want to do, and just
Well,
let me know before.
there's other discussion to be had about the Opera House that I also feel we should put up for sale. But that would definitely need to go before the committee so that we can discuss that further.
Well, yeah, I don't know about
So
that.
if we're
but
gonna do that, I'd rather do it all at one time.
But 2 separate ordinances, correct?
Well, I mean,
If we have surplus property, we can list all of them under one ordinance.
you can list all of
No,
them
I'm
if you
talking
want
the
to.
opera
Yeah, I
house.
mean,
I don't think they tie
But-
that in with the law.
Oh, okay. No, they're trying to.
it's definitely gonna be different contracts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, different
Yeah.
contracts, but we could list all surplus properties that we have at our disposal at this time under the ordinance, declaring them as surplus, and then enter into individual contracts how we feel fit with the properties as moving forward.
Certainly could.
So we'll kick it to committee and discuss
Okay.
all the properties.
Sounds good.
Go from there.
Okay, the meetings for December been moved up, correct? December 3rd will be Public Safety and Code, December 10th, Finance, Legal and Audit, Public Works, and Water Wastewater, and December 17th will be Full Council.
That work for you, Joe?
It's fine.
Or your representative?
Yeah, one way or another, it'll be fine.
Unless you want to
Okay.
come on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Well,
He's busy.
I think it's fine.
That's all I have for miscellaneous.
Schedule your meetings around me.
We're not.
Here you go.
So with that, anything else?
Yes, I have a question. My understanding, there is some type of event that will be happening on Friday
Oh.
at the Opera House, apparently. A group of ladies from the restoration group intend to go in and perform some little event there. I'm wondering who authorized that from the council for that to occur? Someone had to have.
I think they asked
Who's-
permission.
who
They
knows
asked
about it?
Eric and they asked me, and I didn't see
Okay.
an issue.
Well, I don't know why we would allow the public into a building that we don't have fixed up, any type of restoration. It's in deplorable condition. Why would we take that liability on as the owner of that building to allow the public in there? I see it as a real problem for the city. So, I mean, if they want to purchase the building, just saying, and then they want to go in there and sing their heart's desire, I think that's okay, but to have public enter that building in the condition it's in and under our ownership, I think that's a no-go.
Are we
Joe?
liable if something happens to people that are in the building?
Well, I mean, well, there's liability everywhere. I mean, I suppose listen, you gotta let people in there to look at it to see if they wanna purchase it, right? So
There's a difference between allowing
I'm
little
just
old ladies in there.
Not saying there isn't, but I'm just saying ultimately you're gonna have people in there, you have people in there looking at it. You're liable if something happens when the structural engineer's in there, right? You could always be liable for that too, so.
Hell, there's liability in this room.
Well, there's liability in this room as well, but.
And
I'd
that
like to limit the
and that-
liability,
And
is
that
what I'm
group you're
saying.
talking about's been in and out of there for the last 2 years.
In and out of where? Sorry?
Pennies.
I understand, but we're cognizant, again, we're trying to limit the ability for suing
You adjourn.
if something happens. No, we
trying to
haven't
get there.
adjourned yet. I know you want to, but we're still discussing this.
You may
Now,
be.
this
Yeah,
group,
well,
this group you're talking about going in there, I mean, is it something they're doing and going to do?
to my understanding, they wanted to go in and sing and have some little event in there. I don't know if it's upstairs,
heard it.
downstairs, whatever.
Haven't heard a word about that. I
Well,
know there's some
John
of them go
just-
in there and decorate the front windows, but
Again, limiting liability until the building is no longer ours.
But again, there's liability with the engineers going in also, so. I don't,
Still have knowledge of where to go and not to go. So, I mean,
and Eric's been a part of that too, and he was gonna be with them, so.
So on a holiday, we're gonna, okay, all right. I agree with Jenny, just that, okay. As long as we're aware that we're allowing potential liability, so if that's the decision that's being made, I don't understand it, but that's okay.
Any other thoughts, questions, or concerns? Okay, so we have Keith here. Is there anything you want to add to the cause?
Unless you guys want any updates on some of the projects we've got going on.
I do.
Why not? Okay, Martin Avenue, the sanitary sewer's been completed. They finished the water main. Tomorrow they'll be pressure testing it and chlorinating it, and then leaving that over the holiday weekend, coming back the following week to draw samples. You have to put a high dose of chlorine in a new water main to sterilize it, and then you flush that out, and then you take samples over a period of 2 days. When that is completed, they will come back and start working on the storm sewer. I was told after Thanksgiving, I wasn't given a specific week, but Hammond Wagner will be out to do all the mass grading. So they'll excavate for the pond and the roadbed. And then before the end of the year, they'll have the geofabric down, which is almost like a sackcloth that goes down under the road base. That gives a little bit more support. And then they'll have the aggregate base in. And that's probably where they'll get for this year. The North and K Street was paved. I drove it tonight, saw 3 deer crossing the tracks. It was, it rides pretty well. I thought they did a good job on the butt joints there, so I want to see it in the daylight, but it rode well.
Don feeds the deer there, that's why
Yeah.
that's why they're there. They
You
eat
only
from his
saw
apple
three.
tree.
There was 4 in the yard earlier when I left.
Public Works did temporary stop blocks there on North and K Street. The temperatures dissipated on us, so we couldn't do the thermoplastic. So that'll come in the springtime. So right now it's just temporary painted stop marks.
The state finally got back to us on that Second Street and Walnut Street for adjusting those left turn lane stop bars back. Again, the weather's not good for it at this time of year, but I was talking to Lauren, we figured we'll just, since we're doing thermoplastic at North and K, we can do that on Walnut Street when we put those stop bars in. If you've seen that, it's like a 3M rolled on mat that adheres to the pavement. It's coming up. It's not, I don't think, as good as thermoplastic. It doesn't seem to last very long, so we can look at that time as well.
Back to you and they approved it?
What's
Turn
that?
lanes?
They did approve it at our cost, so I was gonna bring that up. We're responsible for paying for the movement of the stop marks and then also the adjustment of the cameras, which is just moving the zones within the PLC. I would probably recommend having Allison come down. Like, it's probably an hour or two of their time. Does the council want a cost on that for approval in the spring before moving forward, or do we just need not to exceed a certain amount or something? I don't.
Plan on doing it.
Yeah, the cameras themselves won't physically move. Like Lauren said, the cameras have a black and white view of the pavement, and then there's just, you use the laptop, you connect it to it, and you just draw zones of where you want the traffic to be detected. It's similar to the detector loops in the pavement, so they just need to adjust those back a little bit so that it picks up the people that are stopped further back.
Okay. What about Locust Street? You got an update on Locust?
Locust Street, the sewer is in. They were connecting services today. There was 2 services?
We verified 2 services today with some dye testing. Found the one ties into Brown Street, so they didn't need to find it and relocate it. We did locate the other one that's on the south side, actually a Mulberry address. It's kind of a off the beaten path house, so they made those connections today. I talked with them. Sounds like next week is going to be site restoration and cleanup, but they're pretty much completed with that project. We'll have some asphalt work to do on Locust Street in the spring.
Is there flow through there now?
Yes. Yep.
That's good.
And I don't think we have an updated cost on the change order yet. So as I made it aware last week that we're going to see an increased cost on this project due to that rock that we hit. So
Yeah, that was about 12 or 13 feet below grade. There was a 6-foot thick concrete wall they came across. So, but they were able to get it out by working within the casing pipe. We didn't have to go the route we did on North Street with the structural engineer and the shoring.
Thank God.
I got one last thing. The police pension board poured a letter saying to please try and look into do the police pension obligation bond that we had talked about a couple years ago. That has been looked into, which I asked the council to see if I can go ahead with that. And even though the Fed has reduced rates, the other rates, it's not to our advantage at this time. So that might be a while. Maybe with an administration change, maybe that starts working out. I don't know. But as of this point, there's no benefit to do it. But Bernardi will keep looking. That's all I have.
LaVica hasn't been in yet, has he?
no, they've just done backfill on the backside of the curb right now. I don't see final restoration taking place till spring at this point.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure they had all the areas where they had their forms behind the concrete work, they did get filled up so that over the winter we won't have any trips or potential accidents.
And Nida's going to bring up, or wants to bring up something.
Yeah, can we go in executive session to talk
Yes.
Real quick, before we do that, I just want to point out, IDOT reached out to me today. They're going to do some mill work and asphalt work on the East Junction. They asked me to put that in the flash mode while they're doing this work tomorrow to help with flagging. So about 7:30 tomorrow, I'm gonna put that intersection in flash mode. So we're gonna see some traffic delays on the East Junction for a good part of the day, in case you get any complaints.
What are they doing?
They're doing some milling and asphalt work. I don't know why they decided to do this right before the holiday and where this came from, but something they felt they needed to get done.
They're about 90% done at the West Junction, right?
Yeah. So
Isn't this Public Works Committee questions and all? It doesn't seem like it's something we should be discussing here. It would be more in the committee rather than the city council meeting.
No, Keith wasn't here, so we're just doing an update.
I was just bringing up the East Junction so everybody could be aware of it. Obviously, they're gonna be done with it tomorrow. Just trying to stay ahead of complaints since you guys field a lot of online questions.
Yeah, it's
so.
all about transparency.
Yeah, I guess you guys do your executive session.
Okay. So this is an executive session to discuss the police chief process. So we need a motion
So move.
and a second.
Can we even do that right now?
Well, you can, it doesn't need to be on the agenda, but I don't know what we're gonna discuss. I guess this is gonna be the hiring, firing, discipline,
Process.
It's gonna be talking about the hiring process, yes.
but then you can't do that in executive session.
Okay.
You
The
gotta-
hiring process?
No.
It has
It's
to
gotta
be
be about
personnel.
specific people. If you wanna talk about hiring Johnny, whatever his name is, Johnny Smith or appointing Johnny Smith, you can't talk about public matters that are uniquely policy or whatever
Okay.
it is in an executive.
Does it have to be on the agenda, then, if it's not an executive session, does it have to be on the agenda in the manner that we're going to do it?
What are you, like, I don't know, why is everybody speaking so cryptically? What are we talking about?
Okay, so we
Carla,
put together a small committee
Okay,
of former sheriff, former police officer, and Nida with the commission to go through the initial applications that we had for the ad grant.
okay,
And then, based off application, that's been whittled down to 4,
okay.
okay? And then, we're looking at the committee to do initial interviews to rank them, and then we will bring in we're trying to decide if we do it with personnel committee. I'm thinking that we do it with the overall committee of the interviews in the order of taking the first 2 and interview them.
Talk about it now.
Okay.
I mean, like,
Basically, that's the process.
executive session, that's not a secret, yeah.
The point that I wanted to bring up is that with the changing of 3 to 4
Yes.
people on the committee, on your council,
And primarily the mayor.
primarily the mayor, because the mayor appoints with consent of the council, correct?
Correct.
Okay, with that occurring, our worry is that if we say John Doe is number 1 on our list, this committee picks John Doe, because that's who we recommend. After you do the interviews, the new mayor comes in May 1st, doesn't like John Doe because he'd rather have Bob Smith, then John Doe becomes unemployed. Our final 4 are all presently they're not 20 years, 50-year people, 50-year-old people. So if that occurs to those people after being chief here for 4 years or 4 months, they in turn are gonna become unemployed. And some of those are in very good positions within their
Present
departments that they're presently at. So they would be going from being, let's say a lieutenant to being a police officer. And I don't feel, speaking for myself right now, that is fair to do to somebody.
Right. And we have both mayoral candidates on the
Exactly.
council. So what I'm thinking is, and what we talked about,
There's nothing you can do about it, one, right?
Right.
So if you appoint somebody and they can't go past the mayoral term,
Right.
irrespective of, so they can get dropped the second the new mayor gets elected, it is what it is. Or, that's a risk they gotta take, no matter what, even if you put together this committee and somebody says, yeah, I like them, in 2 months, the new mayor could say, I don't like them, I'm gonna pick somebody else.
Is that fair to do with our candidates?
I don't care what I'm just telling you what's legal.
I know.
I don't, most people in this situation, if you have somebody that would retire, they would do an interim police chief.
That's what we're looking at.
That was my next
And
step.
they would, and when the new mayor gets in, that mayor would pick who they want.
That's what I'm asking to do.
And I think the current chief would stay on for that process, for that time.
Yeah.
So
As
I
I
want
said, I
feedback
think-
from you guys on, I mean, I hate to throw somebody under the bus if that does
Absolutely.
happen.
This needs to be done fairly, and not saying that as one of the mayoral candidates that I would disagree, but I'm just saying is it's not fair regardless of what it is to even dangle that out there. I think this process needs to be delayed until the new administration is seated,
Exactly.
and then we can move forward. And whether that be Jeremy, who wants to stay on past his proposed, even though he still hasn't officially told us the 13th or the 20th.
The 20th.
It is. Well, I mean, he didn't officially say it. I've heard it.
He has presented a letter.
But, or at the same time, who, I mean, are we losing Josh at the same time as he submitted his?
No,
No.
that's unknown. So Jeremy, I think, is willing to do that, but it might,
If he's willing to.
we might have to talk a little bit about pay.
Until
Yeah,
that
you're gonna
point.
have to talk about pay with him. I'm not here to negotiate him.
Right.
I'm just here to get the feeling of the board, if you agree with what we set up interviews to do next Wednesday, December 4th. Do you want us to go on with the interviews with the police chief, or do you want us to hold off until,
I'd say wait on
to
all
me.
of it. I'd say put a hold on this until
Put a
after
hold
the
on
new
everything?
administration comes in.
okay?
I have one quick question. Are they all local candidates for
No.
the, okay,
That's another reason.
that's
'Cause that's, I mean, to me, if you're,
relocation.
I don't wanna dangle the carrot in front of somebody and then have something change. But I just think that that's making the process a lot more fair, makes it fair to everybody.
But the
You're
committee's worked hard and they've got it down to 4, so I think we'll tell them that there's gonna be a delay for this reason.
We probably need to send a letter to explain that to them.
Okay, and then, we'll get Jeremy on board with whatever we have to discuss at that point. Everybody good? Anything else to add, Joe? Okay, so now we're at a motion to adjourn.
So move.
All in favor? And Joe, I've got something for Mike. If you could take that.
Yeah, exactly.
He likes the other one. What's Johnson?
Have a great Thanksgiving.
All right, see you later.